Hello and warm welcome to a Quantum Astrology report with me, Eva Kristoffersson, Soul Warrior Energy company from Sweden. And this is a full moon report for the full moon in Taurus, 24th of October, 6:45 p.m. European time, Central European time. This is the time when we go within and change everything again. And the full moon is a release, a new release to give place for the new age of Aquarius inside us. And I want to draw a rune for this full moon. And I got this, and that's Qvantum, fire. The fire that burns, and from the ashes the new is rebirthed inside us. Qvantum. It's time to trust and burn the last pieces of the old matrix to step into the new crystalline matrix. And I also want to draw a quantum tarot card. It's interesting, I'm sitting in a glass veranda, and you see the dark and light in my face. Because that's the theme of the dark and light transmutation. That's what we are here for. We Starseed and Twin Flames. To transmute, transform, change, and realize that the darkness is inside us. And that's why also Arcturus is such a master energy, because we have this knowledge. So here, a quantum tarot card for the full moon. And this one is Two of Cups. Two is the divine feminine, intuition, emotions, and Two of Cups. That's binary system. Indicates a beginning of a relationship. The moment of blossoming between you and another person. Who is drawing you into a relationship? Who is drawing you into a relationship? And first and foremost, the relationships to myself, to yourself. And then your twin flame, perhaps, will appear if you have that intention. So, I will use the chart to interpret this full moon, as always. And I will switch here. So we have Sun at 1 degree 13 minutes in Scorpio. Scorpio Sun in the 5th house. And in close conjunction to Venus retrograde, Venus coming back, meeting Sun the 26th here at 3 degrees of Scorpio, the Venus pentagram, the 5-star pattern that is behind life. The heart chakra is Venus and Sun together here, especially when it's retrograde Venus, it's the inner opening of our energy fields. And the 5th house, that's creativity, freedom, the rebel against structure, it's adventure, to be free, it's children, it's life as it is its best, according to me. And we have Mother Earth here also, Demeter. And then an opposition then Moon at 1 degree 13 minutes in Taurus. Taurus, that's Mother Earth. And that's the 11th house. That's the quantum space, the room, different, it's also friends and associated, but especially it's the quantum room. And the ruler of the 11th house of Aquarius, Uranus, is in a it's only 40 minutes conjunction to the moon at this full moon. Uranus also retrograde, bringing up the enlightenment. And Uranus, the quantum space ruler, that's the rebel, that's the enlightenment, that's what's really unpredictable solutions appear when we leave the old structure, when we trust our inner, when we trust the light, and when we integrate the dark in us. And this is so powerful, just this moon and Uranus and sun and Venus. The restoration of the divine feminine, Venus in Scorpio. And we have a big square here going on to the nodal axis. 1 degree 23 minutes. It's so close off, so it's so strong energy here. South node in Aquarius and North node in Leo. South node in the transformation 8th house, together with Pluto, MC, and Black Moon Lilith. From the ashes, the new beginning starts. And South node, it's knowledge you have with you, but it's also to leave the old, to transform the old way of living and coming into the new. And that's North node in Leo, still in the 2nd house, to shine with the royal Leo, to shine bright as a star, and do it with self-worth, the 2nd house. And this, you see, it's a square to the nodal axis, the full moon and the sun. And then also then Uranus and Venus. And that's such an enormous energy for change. So much can happen this period now up to the full moon. So much will happen with the earth, Taurus, with us, with the divine feminine, with sun in Scorpio. And we have Mercury together with Jupiter revealing the secrets here in the end of Scorpio. And those two are in a big trine to Chiron, the wounded healer in Pisces, and the North Node in Leo. So when we shine this from within, we heal our wounds to the spiritual, to our own experience of God. And it's in the 10th house to the society. It's Neptune, the ruler of Pisces, is here also retrograde. It's the illusions. It's we heal the wounds to the religious suppression that has been so strong for many of us, that you should do in a special way to be in connection with God. And all those rules and all those false search in one, they searched in their way. I can say mildly, but it's a lot of illusions coming up here. The freedom of leaving that old system, to be free, the Sun and Venus in the 5th house here in Scorpio. In Scorpio, that's deep water, emotional Cancer and deep emotional Scorpio. Scorpio is the 2nd relationship house after Libra. It's about the relationship with yourself and with others. And it's also about money. It's about contracts, etc. And the hidden secrets. And Scorpio has a lot of work to do now, because we have been in an old false matrix, kidnapped, hijacked. But as Starseed, we are here to integrate this with love, and then to shine a light with our own creation from within. The quantum I am, I create. And therefore, I am, and I will have this be reflected back. And it's a big restoration of the divine feminine. And that's also about the dragons. It's a lot of messages from Magenta Pixie, from Alunash and others, Francis, my dear friend in Gothenburg, about dragons. The white dragons, the kind dragons, the strong dragons, the forceful dragon that helping, the light dragon. That is such an important energy for us, because the dark dragons and reptiles have been used to have us in fear for the dragon energy, the Kundalini energy, the sexual energy, the Scorpio energy. We have been kept in fear from the ETs and from the dragons. The two most important, the starseeds and the white dragons in us. And especially then, the women menstruation cycle is highly connected to this. And old matriarchy culture really knew this and used this as wisdom. And it's time for all of us, both men and women, to step back into this dragon energy, the light, strong dragon, healing the wounds in society, 10th house, in us, and integrating the dark reptiles and dragons, so we can create, and so we create the new ascension here. And I want to read this degree from a book I have here, 1 degree 13 minutes. It's in Swedish, the Sabian symbol it is. So 1 degree 13 minutes, and that's the 5 also, and 0.32 for Uranus is also a 5 in numerology. This day, 24th of October 2018, if you add them, you get the 9, the divine 9, the completion. So we are closing into the completion. We are in the completion phase of the ascension. Isn't that totally amazing? Just relax, and if you have a hard time, surrender. You are only meeting yourself. This is an internal evolution. So relax, surrender, release all emotions, and that can take some time. And then you integrate, and then you can analyze with your Mercury after that. 2 degrees of zero, from 0 to 1 is the first degree, so from 1 to 2 is the second degree. 2 degrees of Taurus. A magnificent electrical light play is illuminating the heaven and the forest. And that's, for me, is the Northern Light. We had the Northern Light visible here for the first time ever in my life. I saw the Northern Light in south of Sweden. I've seen it in the north, but now it was visible some weeks ago here in the south of Sweden. I think it was the 7th of October or something. And this is to illuminate both heaven and the forest. The forest can be dark and dangerous, but it's so full of life. And we need to integrate and illuminate. And the ascendant for this occasion, the full moon in Taurus, is at the royal fixed star Aldebaran, the Buddha star, the Archangel Michael star, the star of illumination. To shine and illuminate, that's my mission here, to spread this knowledge about self and to remind as many as possible about their starseed origin and about their own inner energies. And if you are interested, I have a sale in my starseed readings, 20% off for the rest of October. Just contact me, click on show more here. For this full moon, we also have Saturn grounding this energy. It's so much challenging energy with this big square. So it's nice to have Saturn in a sextile or forceful energy to in 7th house to ground the energy in the new Capricorn. And it's a trine to the moon and Uranus here. Thank you, Saturn, for doing that great work in us. And we also have Osiris and Isis together in Leo. Even more royalty. So, have a really great full moon and experience the dragons within you. And trust your dragon, because you are a light, white, forceful, fiery dragon yourself. Thank you for being here. Thank you for listening. And thank you for the work you do for this ascension. Bye-bye.